Alright everyone, welcome to Deep Dives with Dogs. Well today we're going to talk about the myth, or the story, I guess it's not really a myth, of Molly Pitcher, or Mary Hayes. So Molly Pitcher, for those who don't know, is a figure from the American Revolutionary War, and she is the wife to an artilleryman named William Hayes. Now during the Battle of Monmouth, the story goes that Mary brought her husband a pitcher of water for him to cool off, as well as for the gun, leading to a just overall helpfulness. And when her husband subsequently died, or not died, he got wounded out of the field, not died. He didn't die yet. He doesn't die for a few more years. But when he subsequently gets wounded or falls out of the battle for some reason, the story goes that she picked up his place and participated in the Battle of Monmouth. Now, for a long time, this story was kind of like a few other stories where it's like, how true is it? Who knows? This mystical heroine who comes in and helps out during the battle. I mean, these things have happened before, but who knows if it was happening now? Until about 1876, there was a town. I can't pronounce it because it's a very New England name, and sorry, New England, you guys have weird names. Um, but this clown claimed that the woman from the Molly Pitcher story was buried there. People did some digging. It was Mary Hayes, like I had said. Mary Hayes. Mary did have a husband named William Hayes, who dies in 1789. So not during the American Revolutionary War, but a little bit after. And she remarries, like it was pretty typical back then. And then in 1822, she applied for a soldier's pension for her husband. At least that's what the theory was. However, she received instead her own pension for services rendered. Now, whatever that means, no one knows, obviously, because it's a long time ago at this point. Um, but many believe it is for her service in the Molly Pitcher story, giving some credence to the story. Now, is this person actually the real Molly Pitcher? We'll never know. It's very likely that it is. It's very possible, of course. But it's just cool to find, someone who, hey, look, it's the actual person, a lot of times don't get those kind of stories. A lot of times it's, well, no, this person's not real, or this or that, or it's exaggerated. There's actually another story I had talked about before, but or you get, American Tall Tales. There's a lot of those people like Paul Bunyan or Johnny Appleseed, Pecos Bill, all those kind of characters. Some of them are real people. For instance, Johnny Appleseed, but it's exaggerated or changed somewhat. Um, but this is nobody was really sure if this is one of those examples. And realistically, this is the original story of Molly Pitcher isn't all that crazy. It's just a woman brings her husband water, and then when he is down, she takes his place on the gun. Now, it is a little crazy, but not that crazy. And the original story also wasn't even called Molly Pitcher. That's a name change during the 1800s. The original story called her Commander Molly, I believe is what it was, or General Molly, or something like that. Commander Molly, General Molly. But they changed it to a little bit more fun sounding, you could say, or happy sounding. I don't know. But Molly Pitcher. But yeah, it's a really cool story. You get people like this. I'm sure Miss Mary there never could have imagined she would be recognized as like an American hero, pretty much. But still, it's very cool that we know about her today, and there's good credence that we know where she's buried even. There's monuments around her grave if you ever want to visit. Um, you can go give old Molly Pitcher a thank you, and maybe. But now you know.